From the comfort of Stella's guest room, the events of past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. That you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing. You're still alive, and for now, you are safe. You get the little, Gretchen. Your gaze wanders across the unfamiliar room to the window and the woods beyond, and as you wonder if the monsters are lurking just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the comfort of your new friend's family home. You can't help but remember Duke, slumped up against a tree, pieces of him scattered across the clearing. A knock at the front door. Your morbid thoughts are interrupted by a distinctly unhappy voice filtering through the house and past the closed door of your bedroom. Where the hell is Eva? Oh, hey, Tabby. There's a fresh pot of coffee on the table if you want to come in. No, I'm just here to check on my cousin. Let's make this quick. I have a lot on my plate today. You're barely decent. It might be mildly scandalous if people saw you like this. You calmly collect yourself while Tabitha fumes outside your door. Are you sure you don't want to visit for a bit? You don't have to run around being the big boss of the week of all weeks. You should let yourself... I'm fine, thanks. Ava, I know you're here. Where the hell are you hiding? Nowhere. Lie. Ava's not here right now. Walk out to greet them. Now sufficiently prepared to greet other civilized humans, you open the door and join them in the living area. Gretchen excitedly looks at you and wiggles her tail. Oh, look at Gretchen's little area. She's so cute. I simply must say what a joy it is to see that you are finally up. I do hope you're well rested and that you don't mind our most unfortunate guest. Morning. How'd you sleep? What exactly did the two of you get up to last night? Went up to the woods to film a video, saw a man get shot in the face, you know. No, not that part. The cops called this morning, told me all about that. They did? What'd they say? Did they find Duke? They didn't find a body, if that's what you're asking, but apparently he never went home last night. And they had quite a few questions about you, Ava. Ugh, don't worry. I told them you're an upstanding citizen. You should remember that kindness the next time you think about blowing me off to spend the night with a stranger. Hey, don't be so hard on Ava. I asked her to crash here. And look, I don't care what the cops think, Tabby. There's something horrible out in those woods, and I don't think anyone in this room wanted Ava walking up that mountain alone last night. Stella, would you mind giving me a moment alone with my cousin? And while you're at it, please stop calling me Tabby. We're not in high school anymore. Yeah, all right. You're not going to let her treat my dearest Stella like that, are you, Ava? Stella stays. Come on, Tabby, no berating guests in the Richmond household. Whatever. I don't really care if you're here for this. You've been in town for less than a day and my stress is already through the roof. I mean, I get it. Stella, you got all worked up and you were too scared to walk home. Sure, whatever. That checks out. But I don't care if those woods are chock full of ghouls and ghosts. Ghosties? You had me worried sick. From now on, you're back at the estate by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not a grown woman? Hello? Here's the thing. I go where I'm supposed to and something told me that this is where I was supposed to be last night. Ugh. Just text me, okay? I've spent more time than I'd have liked coming down here, and I have an incredibly busy day ahead of me. I expect to see you back at the estate tonight. Wait, Tabby. Let me know if you're free sometime, okay? Tabitha sighs. You're relentless. We'll see. But don't get your hopes up. Hey, you good? Sorry about Tabby. She totally blindsided me. I'm good, but how are you? I think we're in the same boat. I probably should have known Tabby would have been stressed about you spending the night here, but I haven't seen her in a while. I didn't think she'd actually come all the way down here. It sucks that this was probably the longest interaction I've had with her since high school. Anyway, sorry for that rude awakening. I'd been up for a little while, but I was hoping to let you get a little extra sleep. But you're up now, and we've got a full day ahead of us, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. A full day ahead of us? That sounds like it's walking time to me. Hell yeah, Gretchen. How are you so chipper? You shouldn't be okay, right? Oh, that's not what I meant. What happened out there in the woods last night was horrific, but right now we have something important to focus on. I'll have time to process what happened to Duke when we get to the bottom of things. All right, boss. What's the game plan? Oh, don't call me boss. Ooh, we're partners in this. Gretchen looks scandalized back there. She's like, what? But first things first, I was hoping to swing by the library. I love the library. Kanika's got a head start on us. It looks like she's already there. Oh, that reminds me. Let me set up a group chat. What's your number? You and Stella exchange numbers. A text message from Stella to you and Kanika. It reads, group chat. Hopefully you can find out more about ditchlings from some of the older local books there. I've also got a couple of threads cooking on my cryptid forums, but who knows if that'll pan out. Anyway, daylight's burning, so let's roll out as soon as you finish getting dressed. Can I eat first? Oh, she snickers. Don't worry about it. I've packed all sort of snacks for the day, and Oscar totally won't mind if we eat at the library. Get dressed and head into town. The walk to town was short. Stella's house is barely a stone's throw from what remains of Scarlet Hollow's once bustling main street. You shudder as you stare down the thoroughfare, both from the chill morning air and the all-too-present memories of everything you witnessed last night. You see that building labeled Town Hall? That's actually the library. Oh, Gretchen. Well, it's also the town hall, but that's a small upstairs office nowadays. I guess this town's not what it used to be. Yeah, no. What was your first clue, madam? Why do you still live here? That and our mayor's really into going on walks. Is Gretchen the mayor? Gretchen's the mayor? I think there's actually going to be a meet and greet later this week. Could be just the pick-me-up we need, what with everything that's been going on. Stella may be fond of him, but I certainly didn't vote for that beast. Gretchen doesn't seem to care for him. All right, I know you've joked about it a couple of times now, but now I'm actually starting to believe you can understand her. Gretchen absolutely can't stand Mayor Jimmy. Oh, hey! Morning, Stella. And same to you, Ava. Speak of the devil, we were just talking about you. Coming from Stella's, huh? Did y'all have a slumber party? Sorry, y'all, but I'm actually in a bit of a rush this morning. I really can't stop to chat. It'll take me a bit to set up, so if you want to catch up with folks or grab something at the diner, you can meet me at the library when you're done. Oh, sure. See you in a bit, Stella. Cool. See you soon. Well, she always has time to chat. Is she feeling okay? Oh, Stella and Ava just got up to a bit of trouble last night, that's all. You can't just drop something like that and leave me hanging. What happened, Ava? Tell Avery the whole truth. Stella and I went to the woods to try and find a skunk ape. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But we ran into something way worse. Actual monsters. Sybil said that they're called ditchlings, but whatever they are, they killed Duke and have been mutilating the local wildlife. Whoa, whoa, slow down. Duke is dead? It's true, I'm afraid. That's awful. Has anyone told Bo? Yes, he's taking it as well as you can imagine. I'll be going up to check in on him today, the poor lad. I can't believe you had to see that, Ava. Tell you what, I'm on break for the next half hour. How about you swing by the diner? Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend and try to calm your nerves. It's chaga and lemon balm. It's always helped me on the bad days. Anyways, it's up to you. See you around, Ava. See you, Sybil. Take care now, Avery. I'd better get back to it myself. I'm glad I was able to catch you this morning, if only to see how you were holding up. Please don't hesitate to stop by if I can be of any help. We both know there's something horribly wrong about this place. How are you so calm? Don't mistake my calm demeanor for complacency. We all have our parts to play in this. I trust that you and Stella have what it takes to get to the bottom of things. I'm so sorry to cut our conversation short, but I've got things that need tending to. Stay safe, Ava, and God bless. Stella said you had some time to kill before she finished setting up. Swing by the general store. Let's see what's in the general store. Oh, this is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. A young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care you stepped in. Hi, I'm Ava. I just got into town yesterday. Yeah, I know. Mom told me. What's your name? Miles. What you doing on your phone? Games. You probably haven't heard of them. Oh, okay. If I wanted to buy chips or something, do I talk to you or Miles sighs? I guess, yeah. Kanika decided to skip work today, so of course whatever plans I had hadn't mattered. Just take the chips, I don't care. Wouldn't that be stealing? If Kanika cares about running this place right, she can hire someone else and let me live my life. She inherited the store, and I don't want to keep getting suckered into working here just because I'm her brother. We make most of our money on bulk orders anyways. A bag of chips doesn't make a difference. I'm paying for my chips. I'm not ringing you up. Take them or leave them. I'm not going to steal. Have it your way. You should leave town. There are monsters in the woods. Why not? I'm serious. Something bad is going to happen and you should get out of here as soon as possible. You've been talking to my mom too much. See you, Miles. Miles doesn't respond as you turn and leave the general store. Swing by the diner. The diner is a little quiet today, but the air is still heavy with the tantalizing smell of breakfast. You slide into the booth across from Avery. Hey there, stranger. Before you can exchange words, Winnie sidles up, a fresh mug of tea in hand. Ooh, tea. The answer to 29 down is oink, by the way. What? But the clue is pen sound. How is that a sound a pen makes? Wait, pen like pig pen? Are you kidding me? How was I supposed to guess that? I don't know why you even bother with those things. They're just gonna frustrate you. It's just something to do to fill the time, but maybe I should switch to Sudoku. Winnie leaves Avery contemplating daily newspaper puzzles, returning to her seat behind the counter. So, thanks for telling me about last night. If you want to really get into the grisly details, you can tell me. I won't judge. Do you want to know them? I could tell you about last night, but what if you don't believe me? I'm not here to judge. I'm here to listen. Tell Avery about last night. And we shall. You spill the beans. Glad to have someone to talk to about the horrors you've witnessed. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. Monsters in the woods. I may not have lived here long, but I've never heard of anything like that happening around these parts. I can't say I like the thought of it. Now that I think about it, when the cops came in for their morning coffee, they mentioned something about getting out to the woods to look for someone. It must have been Duke. They seemed so disconnected from it. I figured it couldn't be very serious, but wow. What if the cops are in on it? I don't know how, but they were just so unconcerned. It's suspicious. I don't know. They come in here most days, and they've always just seemed bored to me. The worst they usually have to deal with around here is property disputes. I don't think they're used to actual emergencies. At least that's how it's been as long as I've lived here. I hadn't pegged you as a transplant. Where are you from? I moved here from Charlotte. Gosh, 3 years ago? Maybe a little more? I've lost track. Aunt Winnie offered me a place to stay and a job. And who was I to pass on that sort of generosity? To be honest, it still feels like I just moved in. Practically everyone apart from the Cole folks grew up in this town, so it's like I'm the perpetual new kid. Like your shirt, though. That's a dope shirt. Don't get me wrong, folks here are plenty polite and friendly, but there's a shared history I'll never be part of. Do you regret moving here? I don't think I have the choice to have second thoughts. I'm not going anywhere without Aunt Winnie. There's no way she's leaving this place. Why'd you leave Charlotte, if you don't mind me asking? Nah, it's cool. I was having some issues with my folks about my education, which wasn't great, especially since I was still stuck under their roof. When my aunt heard about it, she offered me a job and a place to stay, and the rest is history. I get it. I've felt out of place the whole time I've been here. Folks on the whole have been plenty friendly, but life here is so different than what I'm used to. It's hard to explain, but I just don't feel like I belong. Exactly. There are worse ways to be, but I'm not sure I'll ever entirely feel like I belong here. Let me know if you happen across any leads. We're on the case, but I hardly know where to start. Let me know if you hear anything. Definitely. Aw, man, it looks like my shift is starting. I hope you're doing a bit better. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. Avery slips out of the booth, giving a friendly half wave before disappearing into the back. You leave the diner, ready to continue your day. Look at her! Look at Gretchen in the background! Oh, she's so cute! What is that? Why is that there? Another cat. Do I get to talk to you? Oh, I hope so. Oh, I hope so. You enter the former town hall. What once must have been a stately foyer has since been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long ago gave way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Oh, hey, you made it! You head over to Stella and Kanika's table and settle in. We have snacks? Snacks. Glad you found the place. Hey, Ava, you look tired. My goodness, whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling someone they look unwell. You look marvelous, Ava. Thank you, Gretchen. I'm pretty amped up, actually. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Some creepy old guy with a real estate scheme and a bad costume is at least a little more believable than monsters and curses. Wouldn't that be a relief? And if Ava's antics are anything to go by, we've already got our talking dog. I do so wish you could understand me, Stella. Oh. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Hey there, strangers. And literal stranger. Hey, I'm Ava, Tabitha's cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. But that Scarlet resemblance, it's, strong. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, chief librarian and only librarian. Oscar is amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Look at her. I love Gretchen. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of what the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple shelves of boring books donated by old people. Y'all are too kind. But speaking of kids, have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts. Uh-oh. And I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. You know the crowd she hangs around with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the old Maxwell place doing teen stuff. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I'll be sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there were like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I don't like the thought of teens getting up to mischief with all those ditchlings in the wood. Ditchlings? That's actually why we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? They're a cryptid, and seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster is around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Look, your little doodle pad. That's cute. Okay, if you were, say, trying to predict a horrible disaster that might befall our town, where would you start looking? Probably where the teenagers hang out, if I had to hazard a guess. Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters this region typically falls prey to. Should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Gonna go nab some more books. Oh, Gretchen. Behave while I'm gone, Gretchen. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh, you don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Ah, yes, give me the food. Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs? The mouth sounds. Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling the town. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on out in those woods. A man's already dead. My thoughts exactly. I'd say it's plenty reasonable to play it safe. I'm gonna try calling Rosalina again. I'm sure she's fine, really. Kanika, please! Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting in trouble, and we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Thanks, Kanika. And Ava, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, would you let her know her dad is worried about her? Oscar anxiously wanders off, phone in hand. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets up a massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with the two of you here to help out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Look at Gretchen. She's like, this is the best day ever. Flip through Veins of Scarlet, a history of the Scarlet Hollow coal mines. Oh, wow. Forced into retirement at the age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, exacerbated by his short stint serving as captain in the Confederacy, Silas Scarlet also lost his eldest two sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to take charge of the mine. Under his leadership, the mine prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, making them one of the most profitable mines in the country, Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today. With expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing it all, the elegant Scarlet estate that was, until 1895, the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, it was found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production during World War I, resulting in a fatal collapse and the deaths of over 160 men and boys, some as young as 10. The casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son, Theodore, his brother Enoch V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father during the bustle of the war, managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is how your family made its fortune. Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818, one of 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836. He quickly rose through the ranks in part due to his father's connections, but also due to a particular ruthlessness for which he received the nickname of Bloody Silas Scarlet. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10, Silas, his wife Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, clearly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. Appalachian folk monsters. Ooh, a few entries catch your eye. Wampus cat. Yes, tell me about a wampus cat. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the wampus cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. He hunted it down and by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of the region from its evil. Others say the creature comes from the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wild cat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunter of her village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched in secret from underneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. For her indiscretion, she was fused with the pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls are those of great sadness and serve as a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Tommyknockers. Tommyknockers originated in Cornish mythology, spreading to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in Appalachian mines. They're named for the knocking that can be heard from seemingly within the walls before a cave-in. According to some, the knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that the creatures take stolen hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun-like beings, but some claim they are the spirits of dead miners, forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. Explore Tailypo, a small creature with a long tail. Oh. Look at the doggy. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs empty, the hunter spied something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he'd drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. But it was quick and ran back through the hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. Guess this'll have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in a pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. I want my Talipo, a high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. Go away, he screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. I want my Talipo, the creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching in his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. I want my Talipo! Before the hunter could so much as scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws outstretched towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but the next morning, all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin was a chimney standing alone in the woods. Ugh. You close the book and put it back. I think I'm all done. Let's check in. All right, if we're going with what Kanika's mom told us last night, I think we can rule out any natural disasters as what brought the ditchlings here. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? Ah, kitty! Before you can respond, a handsome black cat leaps onto the table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Look at Gretchen! Aw, hey, Pixel. You might want to close your book. He loves to rip up any paper he can find. You're kidding me, don't you, Tom? Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Hungry? Did Stella bring the good stuff? Don't worry, little guy. I didn't forget your treats. Oh, yeah. Snack time. Crunch, crunch. Oh, so cute. Sorry if Pixel's bothering y'all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything that isn't him. Hey, Pixel, what do you think about the monsters we saw in the woods? I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted. Your house got haunted? What? Pixel says your house is haunted. What's up with that? How did you know? Eva is either psychic or she can talk to animals. It's a long story. No comment. We've been living in the library for a little bit. Look at his face. He's so naughty. It's been great. Way more snacks, way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Oh, airplane ears. Hold up. What kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises? Objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places? Oh, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Nothing like that, sorry. The floor in my bedroom just keeps seeping blood, and I've seen a strange figure in the hallway a couple of times. What do you mean? Wait, you've seen a full-body apparition? Can I see it? Stella, it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. Kanika, please! But what if it's ghosts? I believe him. I can practically feel the haunting as we speak. Well, we do live in the annex behind the building. Y'all are more than welcome to come check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend an evening. Can't wait to get spooked by some creaky pipes. Why do you let a paper shredder wander freely in a library? Airplane ears! Why don't you mind your own business? No, Pixel. Have you seen this little guy's face? How could I say no to that? Oh yeah, it's a look at Gretchen's face compared to him. Oh, they're so cute. Leave Pixel be. The cat curls up on the table, fast asleep. Oh, he doing a heckin' loaf. All right, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if y'all need anything. Let's ask about nuclear incidents. You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple bombs. Hello? Fascinating bit of history there. The first of the two bombs landed upright after its parachute got caught in a tree. Thankfully, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed that the bomb was unarmed, but it later came out that the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch which failed to trigger on the descent. And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered? Hello? What do you mean? Right, its conventional explosive disintegrated in midair, but most of the nuclear material was made unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they just buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say they buried it? Do y'all need something dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal.
We know you are, Gretchen. Oh, look at you.
Oh, she got so sad. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. Absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro is almost 400 miles from here. I think we're good. I'm just saying, you never know with radiation. We actually know quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles away and kill us here. You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. I've missed this. Any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it'd happen overnight. That's where they get you. I'll probably head out once you're all done and check in on her usual haunts. Do you think there's a cult here? You lean in quietly, whisper to Stella and Kanika.
Immediately alarmed.
Cat couldn't be bothered. Still heckin' loafing it up, man. The cops were awfully suspicious last night. Really weird combination of being dismissive and trying to pin things on me. I don't know, it just feels like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure they'll have it in them to be part of a cult. Definitely, I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. So about the coal mines here. Kanika visibly shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about being in a place like that. Same, Kanika. I feel for the guys who work up there. I could never. Same. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. What happened after the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow Mine isn't exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything, I'm sure Tabby runs the mines better than Charles Shaw did. Still hasn't let the union in, though. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Maybe the ditchlings are here to foretell another collapse. Yeesh, that's morbid. And besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. There's no way you could get away with the kind of safety cutbacks he pulled, writing it down on the list of potential disasters. Y'all don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. Had me worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine is safer now than it was back then. Still, what a horrible thought. You never know. Silas Scarlet. Yeesh, I figured old money from the South wouldn't be great, but he, sure did some things to get where he was, huh? Yeah. That book is a perfect example of why you should use multiple sources for your research instead of trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yep, dude was a monster. The mines made a lot of money during the Civil War, too. Ugh. And you can probably guess which side a North Carolinian business owner would be working for. Yeah, sorry you're related to him. Do you think the ditchlings are here for retribution? That seems tenuous. Assuming Kanika's mom is right, they're here as an omen, not because they're going to do something themselves. And I think we know how I feel on the matter. Appalachian folk monsters. Do you think the ditchlings are Tommyknockers? What with the whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommyknockers live in mines. That's like their whole thing. True. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommyknockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and wood are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on the rocks and support beams with hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Wampus cats kind of sound like they could be mountain lions. Voice like a woman crying out, somewhere between person size and cat size. Definitely, they are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago. Those legends just haven't died off yet. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to either a hoax or someone getting confused about a perfectly normal animal. Sometimes both. Bigfoot, for instance, started as a prank. Then folks saw bears walking around on their hind legs and got freaked out. Now here we are. You'll eat those words when I get the first clear footage of a Bigfoot. I'm sure we will, Stella. If you manage that, I will print out a piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. I'm holding you to it. My mom used to tell me to back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad that I didn't eat soup for years. Ow! I thought a monster might try and dig it out of my stomach if I did. Oh. I love that one. There's this old chimney in the woods that I used to think was the chimney from Talipo, the one that was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know that's because chimneys don't burn down, and wooden houses do. Fair. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Talipo. I've camped out there a couple of times, and I've seen pretty spooky stuff. Yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days, chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Do you think Wayne factors... That creep who keeps coming around my mom's tea room? He snuck up on us last night and called out Ava by name. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe he's sick. Maybe that has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. Yeah, write that down. Write that down. We should check out the mines. Between Wayne, the old collapse, and the fact that the whole town's practically been built around them, it seems like the smartest place to start. Good idea. There's an awful lot of mine-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around, find out if anyone's seen anything weird. Just to clarify, you two are suggesting we go to question some of the miners, right? We are not poking around unprepared in the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally. 100%. I would never. We wouldn't even have a good reason to go down there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks. Neeks! Oh, that's such a cute nickname for her. We're just going to question some of the miners. And if that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Neeks is gonna kill you. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. All right, but if we're doing this, let's do our best to stay under the radar. I'm already in enough hot water with Tabitha as is. She's gonna catch us there. She's gonna catch us there. It's gonna happen. That sounds like a good idea. We'll be super sneaky. I am very sneaky, sir. I promise, I can even keep lookout. Look at us going out on a caper together. I missed this. I missed it too. I love how they're talking about I missed this too. No, I missed committing felonies with you, Stella. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I missed being able to hang out with you and commit felonies. Though there is something missing. Reese! I really missed that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope. I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. Oh. I didn't realize it was getting so bad. That poor guy. Oh. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. Yeah. Meet new person. He seemed excited to meet Ava. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. Hell yeah, let's go. All right, let's roll out. See ya, Oscar. We'll let you know if we run into Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep y'all posted. Reese's home stands at the edge of the forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning the rest of the town from an unending wilderness.
Look at the little bat. Look at the curly cute bat.
Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies, too. Oh. Shh, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly into your eyes. Ugh. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out? Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him up if he's sleeping. He probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now, anyways. No, poor Reese. It's just been so long since either of us have gotten the chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Ava would get along super well, too. Lie. Yeah, nothing strenuous here. We're just going to stand around and look at trees. Dr. Kelly looks you up and down. Trees, huh? Reese's mom turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that was a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese and he misses both of you. She sighs again, as if deciding whether to finish her thought. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? We can have some supper and y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise that he'll be perky, but I'm sure it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. And I suppose you can come too, Ava. That would be great. I can bring a side dish, maybe deviled eggs. Does he still eat those? No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know what he can handle. Okay, I'll bring soda then. That's not... Okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Oh, and leave the dog at home. She might cheer him up. You know they have those therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. Why, I never. The absolute gall. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering you now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. God, that woman makes me so nervous. I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. She always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed about Reese. Or maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You gonna drive? Yeah, sorry. I don't like the thought of going up there without the van. Cool, I'll take my shortcut then. It shouldn't take long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Ava. Don't worry, I won't be offended if you'd rather ride with Kanika. I'm sure you're probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Walk with Stella. I'll walk with Stella. We'll meet you there. The woods are calm and serene compared to last night, though you can't help but get the feeling that danger lurks just beyond the trees. Hey, thanks for coming along with us. With Gretchen and me, I mean. I hope I haven't seemed too cold about everything that happened last night. The truth is, I'm barely keeping myself together. I just don't know how to let it out. Duke died out there last night, and I can't stop thinking that it might have been my fault. If only I dived for that flashlight. If only I didn't drag you along in the woods. Stella, whatever happened last night, you did nothing wrong. I just wish you could understand that. She's such a good girl. Stella pauses, searching for what to say. It's like there's this guilt boiling over my skin, but the only way I can process what happened is by turning off the part of me that feels things. When I'm around other people, it's like I think of Duke dying as just a thing that happened. Like it's just part of another video. Because if I actually admit to other people that I feel something, then I'd have to admit to myself that what happened is my fault. What happened, happened, but we can move forward together. And we can question our decisions and blame ourselves for what happened until the cows come home, or we can move forward together. Thanks, Ava. You're right. I should be better at taking my own advice. I'm glad we could talk about this, though. I can't imagine what it'd be like to go through something like last night alone. The conversation comes to a dramatic halt with you, Stella, and Gretchen all whirling around to face the source of the sound. A bird! Let me at it! I can get it! Back off, dog! This is my stick! Look at you, get the angry. You get angry, boy. You get the little boy. This is a little guy. Whoa, calm down, girl. It's just a bird. The same probably goes for the two of us. I guess we're all a little on edge. Let's hurry to the mine. It shouldn't be much farther. Kanika casually leans against her van as you and Stella emerge from the woods. Hey. Hi. Oh, Gretchen, where you going? Y'all have a good walk? Yeah, it was great. I mean, not that you were missing out or anything. You didn't run any of those creatures, did you? Gretchen's like, huh? What do you mean? Where? Nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we just go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably be on lookout duty. I'm a bit of a persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might have tried sneaking in to talk to her a time or two too many. And Gretchen makes it extra hard to be sneaky. What can I say? I thrive in the limelight. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. I take it I'm the one of us you're talking about. Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends. And pretty much all the miners shop at the general store. I don't want to make folks uncomfortable. It's probably for the best, Ava. I've got this. You'll do great. Thanks, Sneaks. So, the plan. You know those cheesy old rom-coms where somebody wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance setup on the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds with a really good mic. We can just do a group call. Kanika hands you a pair of earbuds. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and Stella can give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Aw, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways. Start the call, yeah? Stella and Kanika break off, leaving you alone at the entrance to the mines. Great, thanks, guys. I love it here. Your phone buzzes. Hey, can you hear us? Try saying something. 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 Stella and Kanika chuckle on the other end of the line. All right, cool. Nothing to do now but enter the work site. Yeah, let's do that. You pass through the unlocked fence and enter the property of the Scarlet Hollow Mine. I'm in. All right, Morpheus, good to know. Go straight to the main office to find your cousin? I don't want to do that. You approach the nearest group of miners, a blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Their uniforms identify them as Harrison, Davis, and Zax. You got a reason to be bothering us? Hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. The miners straighten up, suddenly very serious. Sorry. I didn't know. I thought you were maybe one of them environmentalists or... Yeah, sorry for any trouble. How can we help? Seen anything weird lately? Nope. Nothing at all. You make sure to tell your cousin that, okay? Maybe letting them know you're related to Tabitha wasn't a good idea. Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up. Missed that dude. What happened to him? The miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, He's gone. That's all that matters. Press them. What happened to him? What do you think you are, some sort of cop? Just tell me what happened. Fuck off. Oh! Hey, Zax, come on, man. No, I've been here decades longer than you, and I know bait when I see it. Let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyway. Damn it. Harrison, sorry. You head over to the next group of miners. Before you can reach the miners, you're struck by an intense feeling. You recognize the hollow terrorist, the same thing you felt last night when you set eyes on that awful man in the miner's jacket. Huh? You shouldn't be up here. It's dangerous. What are you? Flesh and blood, much like yourself. You don't have to be afraid of me. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. Before you can say another word, the figure is gone. Hey, Ava, are you still there? We've just been getting static from you. Oh, don't mind me. Our new friend just stopped by to say hello. Whoa, I thought I saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? Whatever he is, I don't think he's human. I hate to say it, but with how the call went to static, what if he's a ghost? Like, actually a ghost? You hate to say it, Stella, I don't think anything would make you happier than Wayne being a ghost. Also, ghosts aren't real. Hey now, just because I want ghosts to be real doesn't mean I want this ghost harassing Ava. He told me to stay at this state for the rest of the week. I wonder why. What the hell is that supposed to mean? He must have been threatening you, right? The plot thickens. I need to talk to Tabitha about this. She deserves to know that a creep is lurking around the mines. Totally get that. If you're sure, tipping her off might make it hard to talk to anyone else. No, you're right. I'm gonna go talk to more miners. Hey there, can we help you with something? They seem a little bit more friendly. Have you fellas seen anything out of the ordinary lately? Like what? Weird animal sightings. Don't tend to go on many hikes. Not exactly the nature-seeing type. After a long day of work, all I see is my bed. Maybe a few beers in between. Have people been getting sick? You a health inspector or something? The boss looks out for our health. Have you heard any knocking in the mines? Knocking? Not that I've heard. Can't hear shit down there with all the machines and men working. My dad used to work these mines before they brought in the continuous miner. The big machine, that is. He told me stories about something that sounded like someone was pounding on the walls. No offense, Isaacs, but your daddy had a few screws loose. Rodriguez. He was a fine man. Odd noises in the woods. I heard something a few nights ago. Like nothing I've ever heard. Some unearthly beast. I'm telling you, Isaacs, you need to take a sick day. You need rest, man. I've already taken a sick day this year. Can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off. Tabitha, it can't be that bad here, right? Anything else? Do any of you know a man named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? What are you asking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? I saw him just now. He muttered some creepy stuff to me and disappeared. I knew it! He probably just got back to camp after whatever he went off to do. Hold on a tick. Creepy isn't exactly his M.O. You know that, Isaacs. How do you know it was Sam Wayne? I don't recall seeing your face around here before. The name on his jacket, Wayne, just like yours says Smith. So do all of our jackets, but if I switch with Isaacs, that doesn't make me Isaacs. No, it's gotta be him. There's no way he's dead. You really think he's running around town creeping on strangers and ignoring his friends and coworkers? Seems more likely to me that somebody took care of him, so to speak, and is running around in his clothes. The miners stand in silence for a moment, considering what they've just heard. It's not possible. That's ridiculous. This is messed up. But who would do something like that? I don't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend? Oh, he got a girlfriend? Yikes, you think? No way. Just saying, he wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for her, charms. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history. Lots of jilted ex-lovers, if you catch. Hey, Drift. Dang, who are they talking about? I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Who was Wayne seeing? Well, now if you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp's nest. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block. Press them. Come on, don't dangle something like that. Look, I just don't want to cause any trouble. Enough people are losing their jobs as is. I've got mouths to feed. Losing their jobs and in Sam Wayne's case, disappearing. We've already said too much. Come on, boys. Ooh, Isaac stayed behind for a second. Just a heads up, the only group I still see out there is pretty close to the main office. It might still be worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a warning if Tabitha comes out. Yeah, let's do that. Good luck. Going around asking questions, huh? You don't look like you're from the inspector's office. What can you tell me about Sam Wayne? Oh, ho, ho! He got himself in trouble, didn't he? Why, you seen him around? What's that young buck up to? What do you think he's been up to? All I know is that certain someone got involved with somebody he shouldn't have, and nobody in camp seen him since. I figured he'd just run off to live in that big mansion with his belle. Stella audibly gasps. The thought of a strapping young man like him with that sour-faced broad always left such a bad taste in my mouth. Oh my god, gross! As if you wouldn't fall on your knees if a woman of means showed the slightest bit of interest in you, or any woman at all. Fair enough. Wait, are you talking about Tabitha? Yep. Dang, I figured that's what they were getting at, but it's weird to hear it out loud. You good, Stella? Yeah, I just had no idea. Why would Stella be upset about that? Notice anything strange around here lately? All kinds of weird stuff happens in these hills. What sort of weird do you mean? Any weird animal sightings? I saw a raccoon with a big old tumor last week. Spooked me something awful. That's nature for you. Not always pretty. Noises from the woods. Any noise from the woods? All the time. Howling, screaming, all sorts of fiendish caterwauling. Probably just screech owls and bobcats, you old coot. Might be, might not be. But I heard something the other night that sent the fear of God shivering down my spine, I tell ya. Have you heard any knocking in the mines? You asking us if we heard the Tommy knockers? Of course we have. We're old timers. All us who was here before the machine got brought in know about the Tommy knockers. What a nuisance, always stealing my hammers. It's true. Had a pickaxe stolen too. And when you heard knocking coming from one of the old tunnels, it was enough to make a man pray. Looks like I figured out what to do for my next video. You better not be thinking of going into those old mine shafts alone. I could always use a partner in crime. I'm going to wind up going down there with you, aren't I? People getting sick? I mean, some of the older miners, sure, but I wouldn't call that unusual. That's all on that front. Sure. What do you think of Tabitha? The two men shift uncomfortably. Not the kindliest woman I've ever met. Yeah. She runs the place all right. Tell that to all the boys she's been laying off lately. Keep going around saying that and see how long you're one of them boys. All I have to say is a mine that's doing well doesn't go around laying off its workers for no reason. I'm not so sure any of us are going to have jobs in a few years. Tate, you're a damn fool. You're going to be next if you keep up that kind of talk. So be it, but a man needs to speak his mind sometimes. That's all. Thanks for the help. My pleasure. If that Wayne keeps bothering you, you just let us know and we'll whip him into shape. Ava, I think we have a problem. Oh, hi, Tabby! Hello. Oh, crap. Good luck. Thanks, Nika. Sorry, Ava. Stella, not you too. And that's our cue. Bye! Pardon us? You shouldn't be here. This place is dangerous. Why can't you just stay in the estate and stop sticking your nose where it doesn't belong? And what is that ridiculous thing doing in your ears? Are you trying to record my employees? No. Are you trying to record me? No. Tabitha snatches the earbuds out of your ears and throws them to the ground. Typical phone-addicted city dweller. Ugh. God, and I have a meeting in 5 minutes. I can't even drive you back. Okay, look. I don't want you wandering anywhere else. Just stay here for an hour. I can take you back to the estate as soon as my meeting wraps up. Can you please do that for me? No, yeah, that's totally what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stay right here for an hour and wait for you. I'm not going anywhere else. I need you to take what's going on right now seriously. I need you to take me seriously. And what, pray tell, do you think is going on that I'm not taking seriously? What monster of the week has Stella cooked up inside your head? There's a man named Wayne who's been following me around town. There's something seriously wrong with him. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, but I could use your help. Apparently, he used to work here. A lot of people used to work here. A lot of people still work here. Look, I'm sure that coming from the city, you're just not used to the sort of folks who work in a coal mine. But I'll tell you what, I'll look in my books just for you. Just stay here until I come get you and don't move a muscle. We can talk more later. Tabitha rushes off to her meeting. You stoop to the ground and pick up Kanika's earbuds. Sorry I wasn't able to give you a better warning. You good? Yeah, I'm good. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. Hey, I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What is she doing here? I'm going after her. Good idea. We'll try and catch up with you. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sound of active mining fading into distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point towards a nearby mine. Something about the mine feels wrong, as though a cold anger lies burning inside, sucking the life from the surrounding hills. This is the site of a mass grave. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. I hear whispers. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago, after a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one to drag me into an abandoned coal mine. Hey, remember those bad feelings I got last night? This place feels straight up cursed. I mean, like Kanika said, a lot of people died down there. There's a lot of spooky history to this place. For all we know, maybe all the death left some kind of mark down there. Okay, just because a bunch of people died in there doesn't mean it's cursed. Come on, I'm not about to let Rosalina get hurt in there, even if it means I have to go underground. Stella and Kanika disappear into the mines. Before you follow, you briefly wonder if you should let Tabitha know about this. Yeah, I'm gonna call her, because she can help me get them out. What is it? You know I'm in a meeting. A kid just snuck into the Shaw mine. I figured you should know. What? Are you serious? Why do things keep happening to me? Ugh, whatever. I'll head over there as soon as I can. Just stay where you are and wait for me, all right? God, I don't even know why I'm trying to reason with you. It's not like you'll listen. I called you as a courtesy, but I'm not going to wait around for you. I swear to God. I'm sorry, but my mind's made up. You hang up the call. You take a deep breath and follow your friends into the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected. The air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and your companions to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze corridors. Hey, you made it. I told you she would. I just wanted to make a quick call and give Tabitha the 411. You didn't. I did, Neeks. I was hoping we'd be able to get Rosalina out of here without anyone calling the cops on her, or us. Tabitha better not try to have us arrested for trespassing. Oh, I wouldn't worry about her calling the cops. I've snuck into the mine dozens of times, and she's never called the cops on me. That's because you two have a weird thing. I'm pretty sure Tabitha actively hates me, and believe me, the feeling is extremely mutual. Well, what matters is that the gang's all here. We'll find Rosalina in no time. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Jesus, it's cramped down here. Does anyone else's chest feel tight? I certainly can't say I'm one for dark and stuffy places. This seems much more suited for a cat, if I do say so myself. Yeah, abandoned mines are way more claustrophobic than people expect them to be, and this one's real bad. You know, because of the child miners, or should I say the miners. Kanika visibly shudders. Okay, I'm not superstitious, but if there's one way to make sure you get haunted, it's cracking jokes about dead children laborers while walking on their graves. Fair, Neeks. What can I say? I do my best to tempt the spirits wherever I go. I actually snuck down here a few times to try and get some good footage, part of my ghost hunting phase. Jesus, Stella, the things you do for viewers. Did you find anything? I wish. If any place in Scarlet Hollow was actually haunted, it'd be this mine. Hands down. But all I got was dust in my lungs and a couple of false alarms. Stella pauses as sound rushes overhead. Oh my god, what was that? The mine's going to collapse. We're all going to die here, aren't we? Stella sighs longingly. That's just how wind sounds down here. You sound so disappointed. It just brings back memories of my last foray into these depths. Every time I thought I'd finally found a spooky ghost, there wound up being a very unghostly explanation. Like local wildlife, for instance. Yeah, like the bobcat? Oh god. Stella turns her flashlight up towards an alcove overhead.
Say, what's the big idea? Yeah, we was sleeping here. Shut the lights off, you nosy bastards.
I'm so sorry for my companions. Stella means well, I assure you. Those guys got me real good last time I was here alone. I'm sure you're quite worried about me after my behavior last night, Ava, but let that interaction be assurance that my temper is most wholly under control. I wouldn't dare venture away from the safety of my Stella's arms in such a horrible place like this. Oh my god, there are bats down here? I'm gonna get rabies, aren't I? I'm going to get rabies and die in a mine collapse. You holding up okay, Neeks? You okay? Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little on edge, you know? Kanika stopped mid-sentence by a thunderous knock echoing from deeper in the mine. Okay, what was that? That was death. Of that, I am certain. That was... I have no idea what that was. Did that sound like knocking to you guys? A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here. That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here. Whoa, you don't think it's Tommy knockers, do you? Okay, no, Tommy knockers are not real. They're not allowed to be real. They're not allowed to be real. Are you trying to give me a panic attack? I'd love to spend some extra time poking around on here. Maybe it's got something to do with the mystery. The three of you are interrupted by a second, much less distant sound of a can being popped open. That's what that sound was? Okay, now that wasn't a Tommy knocker. It came from this way. Follow me. You and Kanika follow Stella further into the mine. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. A group of teens turns and stares at you with annoyance. What the hell are you all doing down here? What the hell are you doing in here? You creeps, are you stalking us?
Yeah, creeps.
I just said that, Alexis. If I wanted an echo, I'd yell in the Grand Canyon. Tell your creepy friend to leave us alone, general store lady. Rosalina, your dad is worried sick about you. And if you ask me, he was right to worry. Why the hell would you think hanging out in an old mine would be a good idea? Is the Maxwell place not dangerous enough? Because no one actually comes in here? Duh. Everyone knows we hang out at the Maxwell place now, so we had to find a new hideout. Which you instantly found, so I guess we have to find an even more secluded place where we can just be ourselves. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you, Rosalina. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's not asking for much. Don't you kids have school tomorrow anyways? It's fall break. And we're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Young pups these days. Absolutely no respect for the elders. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? The teens avoid eye contact. Miles tries to melt into the cavern wall. Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Becca's right. It sounds to me like you're stalking and harassing and all that. You're supposed to be minding the store. It's not like anyone even comes in on Tuesdays, and Mom's there, so it's fine. Eyes dart uncomfortably around the cavern as Kanika tears into her brother. It's not fine. It's extremely not fine. Why do I always have to be the responsible one? Do you know what I would give to be as carefree as you? I left school so you would have a chance to live your life, and this is what you're doing with it? What would Dad think if he could see this? Stealing booze from the family store to dick around in an abandoned mine? Dad's dead, Kanika, but if you were here, he'd be disappointed you wound up being such a bossy jerk. Who cares if we're having canned margaritas somewhere nobody's supposed to bother us? I'd love to help y'all sort this out, but can we maybe do it not in an abandoned coal mine? Oh, and what are you, an expert on mine safety? They only abandoned this place because there wasn't enough coal left to bother digging anymore. My dad told me, and he's an actual foreman at the continuous mining facility, so he knows what he's talking about. Wait, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month, and he says this place is totally safe now. We can hang out here anytime we want. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job tomorrow morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. Kanika sighs. It's probably for the best that she's here. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh, come on, this place is way sturdy. Check it out. Yeah. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut in the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my God, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm so sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I'm tired of people in this town dragging my cousin headlong into danger. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything, but this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life. And I would like to see the sun again before I die. Aw, come on, you guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous stuff all the time, and still do dangerous stuff now. I mean, I don't like this particular situation, what with the whole ditchling thing, but outside of that, who are we to tell them where they can hang out? I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha. Tear the sad 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? My Stella can't possibly be sad with me around. How absolutely rude. This pup needs to learn some manners. Running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad, so what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Look, we just want to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell him about where you had to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the last couple weeks. Dad says we can't stay at our house. They've got a hot plate and a couple cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, then. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off my property. Tabitha! Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh no, not this again. And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and he's lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can say that about other people's families. Isn't that like bullying or something? Shut up, Zen. Oscar actually invited us to check it out when we saw him earlier today. It could make for a fun, non-abandoned coal mine related activity. Just throwing that out there. There's no ghost, Stella. It would just be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish he would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. You're all children, and none of you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know. I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? This is between you and your dad, and the 2 of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and, like, ghost bust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my god, Zan, you can't just ghost bust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of, but I bet we would figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are we talking about this like it's a thing? It is not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I wasted this much time trying to argue with children. Thank you, Tabby. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any of the many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella. Didn't you have a whole list of perfectly natural explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommy knockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. No, Stella! I know, but weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Aw, come on, Tabby. You can come along too. Stella! If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody's staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. Get out of the... It'll be fun, Neeks. No, Stella. My God. It will not. Wait a second. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika. Maybe if you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and like, I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. They must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. I've always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get those hips through there. It's probably for the best, dear. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I am literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be gone with this little mess. But no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. What is that face? Becca's head pops up from the tunnel's entrance. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If these idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their family sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Ava. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, sure. I could never fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Fair. Whatever, I still have to do my dailies anyways, and the service down here sucks. I will happily escort these 2 knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into this, Stella. Aw, come on, Tabby. I've been down here a ton. I can totally help out. There's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. All right, let's do this. Sure. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? Want me to take Gretchen with me? I don't know if it'll be easier to cover more ground without her. Excuse me, I am a formidable and self-sufficient monster hunting companion. Yeah, that's probably for the best. I don't want a repeat of last night, and who knows if we'll have to do any climbing. Oh, you got the little potato. She's so upset. I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool, can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Kanika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the walls. Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, like, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Aw, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with that nobody like Stella. Hey! I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of a YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? Hi. How you doing? Right here. I mean, not yet, but I'm still in the talks with Meat Rice? And I make plenty from ads and donations. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. I don't know. You kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on. Another knock closer interrupts your thoughts, followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just mine sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it's just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? Yes, I'm familiar with all the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. What did they see? Tommy knockers. It's not Tommy knockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they got out of our sight, their bravado would vanish into a puff of smoke. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mine, which is also bad for obvious reasons. Those poor kids. I have no sympathies for their terror. They brought this upon themselves for trespassing in my mind and making me come down here. I'm sure they're just as upset that you came down here as you are. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. Ooh, it's still distant, but it's much louder than before. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. The pit radiates rage, a white-hot anger. It hates you, but at the heart of it, you can sense something else, a quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed. And there we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Oh, I hate it. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over the edge. All right, let's do this. You walk to the ladder and climb down. Pretty sure that's the way back. Come on. Pretty sure. I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry. I don't want to be down here anymore. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca! Yep, they're close all right. Good thing they're so damn loud. It sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Hey, are you alright, Ava? Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Oh, what? You said we wouldn't use this shipment. You know it's compromised. We couldn't afford to wait on new wood, Charles. We had to go ahead with it. Oh, there was worm rot. It's still sturdy enough. It'll get the job done. Ava, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something. And then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. Ugh. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. Don't die on me, alright? You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. Oh, you raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions. Your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teenagers echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She doesn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. Can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Both of us were shown the dark truth of this place. The sins that were committed, the deaths that followed. There's got to be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. We probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me? I said I saw it too. Stop being weird. We're leaving. Rosalina, thank God. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left. She's out of breath and it looks like she's been crying. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. Oh, get out. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quit. Up the ladder, both of you. Well, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best thing we can do to help those girls right now is to not be buried alive ourselves. You reach towards Rosalina. Rosalina, I'm so sorry, but there's nothing we can do about this. People who know what they're doing can go back for them after we're all safe. What if they don't make it? What if this is the only chance we have to help them? They already crossed that bridge. You can cross it too if you want. I don't care. Rosalina hesitates for a moment. Alexis, Becca, the way out is this way. If you just follow my voice, you'll be able to make it out. Okay, let's go. Ooh. She grabs your hand and the two of you start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent their entire working life in and around coal mines. Becca, Alexis, can you still hear me? The knocking drowns out Rosalina's desperate shouts as the three of you crawl closer and closer to the entrance. I'm so sorry I left you guys. Oh. It's deafening now, as if someone were trying to break through the walls with fists of iron. You continue to push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. Then comes the sound of splintering wood. You pick up the pace. The entrance is so close. I'm so sorry. And there it is. Freedom. The three of you manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Alexis. Do you think the other two, maybe they got out? It's possible, right? Maybe there's another entrance or something? Or maybe they're still alive in there? Oh God, I'm so sorry. Rosalina, are you okay? Your dad's on his way. He should be here in a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm going back up to camp. I'll be back with some men, and they can start digging. Ugh. I'll call Earl. It takes a bit of time, but eventually Tabitha arrives with men and a machine to start digging through the rubble. You, Stella, and Kanika are afforded a quiet moment to yourselves as the others get to work. Do you think Becca and Alexis are going to be okay? There were survivors in the last collapse. I left them down there. Don't say that. If you and Tabby didn't pull Rosaline out when you did, you all might have wound up buried down there. I think you did the right thing. There was a stone carving on the wall of that pit that showed me what happened in this place. Charles Shaw was set up. The Scarlets caused the old collapse. No way, dude was a monster. I mean, the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. What am I saying? I don't believe in visions. Whatever you saw probably was just auto-suggestion. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Eva and Tabby had, like, simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. Just because they passed out or had seizures doesn't mean it wasn't auto-suggestion. I saw something down there. They were right behind you just before you left. Did you not see them? I didn't see anything other than the two of you and that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark, abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile for some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they were actual bona fide ghosts? Oh, Stella. Everything in that happened down there centered around where I saw that carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Maybe you weren't entirely off base about the cult stuff you mentioned earlier today, but this thing felt odd. Are you sure those are Tommyknockers? Depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? They fit the description pretty well. I don't know what else they'd be. I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some reading on mine collapses, I guess. What happens now? Hey guys, I don't think she's quite ready to talk just yet. What happened down there? Have you met the people she hangs out with? Yeah, Rosalina lived here since she was 2. She basically grew up with them. They're a little older than her, and yeah, they get into some trouble, but I don't think they were bad kids or anything. They're always so polite to me, especially that Alexis. Gosh, that poor girl. Always acted like a dog somebody had kicked. Oh. And now she's in there. It's not right. It's gonna be okay, Oscar. None of them deserved this. It's not fair that such bad things can happen to kids so young. Just not fair. I think she was trying to get away from that whole haunted house situation. You have to understand that I'm not making it up. There's something in that house. We believe you, Oscar. I couldn't let it hurt her, and since I didn't know how to get rid of it, I set up a back room at the library for us. Just until I could figure out how to fix things. I know she hates it, but I thought it would be better for her. Instead, it just drove her away, staying with friends, not checking in, and now this. It's all because of that house. And because of me, because I haven't been able to fix this. I just wish she would understand. You don't have to be alone in this, we can help. Yeah, we'll totally help you get rid of your ghost. Or more likely, we'll figure out what non-ghost thing it actually is. Either way, though, we're here for you. Thanks, you guys. It really means a lot. I shouldn't have kept this to myself, but I was so afraid of seeming ridiculous. Dad, you must be so mad at me. Oh, Rosa, no. Of course I'm not mad at you. Do you think that maybe they got out? Maybe there's another exit somewhere. Rosalina. I should have pushed back harder. I knew the way out. I should have made them come with me. I just don't want them to be dead. I'm so sorry, Dad. You don't have to be sorry. You're alive and you're safe. We couldn't have gone back for them, right? We wouldn't have made it out if we went back. Like your dad said, you're alive and you're safe. That's all that matters. I don't deserve to be safe. Oh, Rosalina. Of course you do, Rosa. You have no idea how grateful I am that you're still here. I know, Rosa. I know. But I think the best thing you can do for your friends right now, until we get them out of there, is to enjoy the life you have. I know I haven't made that easy for you. I know you've been frustrated with the choices I've made. But I'm gonna do what it takes to move us back into our house. We're gonna have a good life again, Rosa. I'm sorry I didn't do this sooner. I'm sorry this is what it took. Dad, we're on the case. We'll be okay, I promise. I'm going to take her home. I guess we'll see the three of you tomorrow. And thank you, Ava. You have no idea how much I appreciate what you did for Rosalina. As Oscar and Rosalina leave, your cousin exhaustedly saunters over to you. All right, Ava. My men are set up to start digging. Let's go home and get some rest. Now hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss? In private? Okay, fine. Just make it quick and don't you dare try to pull anything on her. She did nothing wrong here. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you too. Don't you need to talk to us? We witnessed this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. What a coincidence, running into you 2 nights in a row. This is my colleague, Deputy Derrickson. Pleased to meet you, Ava. Apologize for my absence yesterday. It was my special bowling night, you see. A man has to have his me time. But I was briefed on the events of last night, even though we're still not sure if what went on could be considered a crime. Duke has been missing since then, though we found neither hide nor hair of him. Could be he's just on an extended hunting trip. It wouldn't be the first time he's done something like that. I was told the footage showed his supposed body, but we couldn't get that camera working, so no way to confirm until we track him down. Now, I understand both of these were terribly unfortunate accidents that had nothing to do with you being in the area, but as officers of the law, you have to understand that we get a little suspicious when we see the same face multiple times in a row. And, we have to ask, what exactly were those teenagers doing in a shuttered mine owned by your family? And why were you down there with them? You got to understand where we're coming from. 2 kids, 15, 14, are buried alive down there. Or maybe they're dead. And you were on the premises. Whether or not that was merely coincidence remains to be seen, but we've got to do our diligence here. Why are you asking me this? It was a mine collapse. What could I have possibly done that the police would care about? Just trying to gather all the facts. Our duty as officers of the law, you see, just being thorough. But I see there's not much more to be discussed as of yet. We'll let you go on about your evening, but we may be in touch. Have a good one. Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The 2 officers wander back towards the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kanika. I just can't believe 2 nights in a row. Is it my fault, Neeks? Stella, no. This is all just an awful coincidence. It's not your fault. Oh, hey, I guess the cops are done with you? What, are they gonna take you in for being present at an accident? Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know. Always blame everything on drifters. Even acts of God, I guess. Excellent, you didn't get arrested. Now come on, let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that's happened tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Ava? Excuse me, Just stop trying to get my cousin killed, Stella. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. I'll text you when we're back. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives wary of what may lurk behind the tree line. Why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you 2 used to be friends? It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. I'm doing terribly, by the way. Yeah, me too. I've got to focus on the road, though. Do you think Becca and Alexis are okay? We won't know for days at the earliest. Their parents should have kept tighter reins on them. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen, and I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. What am I telling you this for? You've been telling me stuff I'd like to know more about you. And about Pearl Ann, for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now. But I think I'd like that. You're right, there's a lot of adults who should have done a better job tonight. Exactly. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. And clearly there are some parents who aren't ready. Take Oscar. There are tons of people more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive. And here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do whatever the hell she wants. It's not fair. Yeah, you're right. It isn't fair. Tabitha goes quiet. It seems that's all you're going to get from her on this. Sorry about today. Tabitha doesn't answer. Did you hear me? I said I was sorry. At least you called. How are you holding up? Poorly, but I did really rather we didn't get into it. You and Kanika don't seem to get along. She pushes my buttons. Is there some sort of history there, or... No, now quit talking. I need to focus on the road. I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. It's been a long day, Ava. Are you really going to make a fuss about me bringing you back to the estate? Don't answer that question. I don't have the energy to get into it. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha slink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. Thanks for calling me about those kids, by the way. It was unexpected. You should have waited for me. I'm too tired to argue. I'll see you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. You head up to your room and turn in. Can I hang out with Dustin? Dustin? He's right over here. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Kanika sent a message. Y'all, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the mine collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes, even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread bawling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, your thoughts drift to Alexis and Becca, terrified and alone, if not already dead. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Frou-frou! Just the cat. It's always just the cat. Don't read into this. The woman kicked me out. I just want a warm place to sleep. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Well, that's it for this week. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for Scarlet Hollow, Chapter 2. Next Monday, we will be doing Chapter 3. And I'm really stoked to see what happens. Thank you so much for joining me. I love your faces. Be nice to each other. Have a good night.